Hello you guys and welcome back. It's been some time and I've been not very active on here and I am very sorry, but I thought it was time to just chit chat a little bit and give you some updates on life. I have one very exciting announcement that I'm very excited about, so we'll get into that in a bit. I'm going to do a Q&A and I asked my Instagram followers for some questions, and yeah, if you don't follow me there, go follow me there. A bag of our Snore and Peace herbal tea sounds good. Now this video is just going to be a sit down chit chat talk video, so not that interesting to look at maybe. So feel free to use this video kind of as a podcast, maybe listen to it while baking Christmas cookies or while folding your laundry. I don't know what you have to do today, but if there's anything that you can do while listening, feel free to do so. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to just get right into the details of why I've not been very active on here. And that's actually because I've been very busy making videos. Maybe it doesn't make a lot of sense, but let me explain. The very exciting news is that I have launched Colors Ceramics Community. And it's an online platform where I will teach you everything that I know about ceramics. I already teach you a lot on here and a lot over on Instagram, but they are always videos a little bit all over the place. Like one time I'm making this, the other time I'm making that. And I never really have made a structured video course from start to finish on how to do everything. First get into the techniques and how to do other things and then just build up your pottery skills. And I really wanted to do that, and that is now Colors Ceramics Community, a website. It is colorscommunity.com. There are now more than 50 videos on a platform and I will be expanding it each month. And it will be a monthly subscription, by the way, so you will have to pay for it, but then you do get full access to all of the video courses. And right now I have 4 main courses. The first course is about throwing, the second one is about hand building, then I also have a slab building course and a glazing course. And it's my idea to not only have a video course website, but I also want it to be a ceramics community. And with that I mean that I want to be able to interact with you guys and let you guys interact with each other. So there's a community tab on the website, and there you can post pictures of your own work or post pictures of things that you've seen and that you would like to make, and then maybe I can make a video on how to make something that you've seen or something. And that way I really hope that we can just like interact with each other, share ideas, inspire each other, and just together have a fun, welcoming community for everyone who loves clay, wants to do something with clay. I just hope it can be something very fun, and maybe that's something that you're interested in. I will most definitely leave a link at the top of the description where you can find it. And yeah, it's finally live and I'm very excited to share it with you. Just take a look at it, and if you have any questions about it, feel free to send me a DM or an email. So definitely check it out, follow the courses if you'd like, and yeah, I would love to see you there, and I would love for you to be a part of the community. Let me find my phone and then I'm going to answer some questions. I have quite a lot of questions, so I won't be able to answer all of them. I'm sorry, but I will just pick a few random questions and answer them for you. First, a few pottery questions. How did you get into pottery? I have talked about this in the past, and I actually started together with my mom, which I think is pretty cool. I was 13 years old, 8 years ago now, yes. And we bought this small shimpo wheel and we just started off practicing in the kitchen, and I really enjoyed it and just started doing it more and more. And I started, as I said, with wheel throwing, and most of what I make is wheel throwing, but later on I also expanded to hand building and slab building. And yeah, that's how it started off. Okay, next question. What are your best glaze combinations? Okay, my very best glaze combination is the Northern Light glaze combination. I've been doing it for years and it's still the best that I think is out there. It's with a base of obsidian from Emco with smoked mallow on top of it and seaweed on top of it. And if you'd like, you can also add a little bit of blue with indigo float. And yeah, it's just a great technique and I really love it, and definitely check out that video if you haven't seen it yet. Furthermore, right now I also really like to experiment with the Bots Pro glazes, and they have colors that are a little bit more bright, and I really like to layer them on top of each other, and they melt a little bit differently into each other because the colors are so bright, and yeah, they just melt differently into each other than the Emco glaze, and I really like how they work, and I like to experiment with that, and I also do that on the platform, so definitely check it out if you'd like to subscribe. Little thing that I can give away is that I really like to add a thin coat of white glaze on top of different colors from Bots Pro, because then the white kind of like breaks open because it's applied so thin, and then you see all of the colors underneath it, and I think that gives a really cool layering effect. Next question. Waar haal je je inspiratie vandaan? Okay, I will answer it in English. Where do you get your inspiration from? Most of my inspiration, I would say, is from nature. Yes, or like moving things. Often I like to put a moving effect in my work. I don't know if you see that, but that's kind of like the flowing shapes of the things that I throw. That's already in my head, like a little bit of a moving shape. And also from the season, I really like to make different things in autumn than I make in the summer, or in spring I like to work with flowers, and then during Christmas I like to make Christmassy things. Then just a big thank you for your inspiring content. Thank you very much. That's very nice to hear. I always like to hear feedback on what you think of my content. Then a bit more personal question. Someone asked, how did you and Simon meet? Okay, for those who don't know, Simon is my boyfriend. We now have a relationship for a year and a half, a little bit longer, and we're going into our second Christmas together, so that's very fun. And we actually met online. He already knew me from my videos about ceramics, and I already knew him from videos that he makes about a TV show called Wie's de Mol. It's a game show where you have 10 candidates and one of them is the mole and kind of like betrays the game. It's complicated to explain, but it's very fun. And I think it's, yeah, you also have the mole on Netflix, but the Dutch version is a little bit better, I would say. And he makes videos about that, and I knew him from that. And then we actually started talking through Tinder, and then we went on a picnic date and it went very well. So we went on 10 other picnic dates, and then I asked him to be my boyfriend, and now we're happily together. So that is amazing, I would say. I also, by the way, made a video together with him last Christmas. So if you haven't seen that, you can check it out. We made personalized Christmas ornaments, and it's called something like making Christmas ornaments with my boyfriend or something. You can probably find it. Somebody asks, how do you keep your hair so perfect? Well, first of all, thank you very much. I personally wouldn't say it's always perfect. Of course, I try my best to make it look good when I'm recording myself or taking a picture of myself. Right now it's a little bit too long, I would say, and I also feel like the sides are a little bit too thick. Like my hair is quite thick and this just starts standing outwards. I'm not a big fan of that, but I'm actually going to a hairdresser for the first time in my life in a few days. Normally my mom cuts my hair, but I'm thinking about going for another hairstyle. I've been debating about this for a year almost, but I think I'm going to get a soft mullet. For those who don't know, a mullet is like longer in the back and short on the sides, and a soft mullet is just that, but then not like a full mullet, but just, yeah, the sides a little bit shorter and the back a little bit longer. But thank you for saying that it always looks perfect. For those who care and maybe have the same type of hair that I have, I use a cream from Got2b, curly mousse cream, a pink bucket thingy, and I also on top of that use just a little bit of fiber gel wax, also from Got2b. I will place them here in the screen. I don't know what they're called. Okay, someone asked, what are things you look forward to in the new year? I look forward to the entire year. I feel like 2025 is going to be a great year. The news right now is not great, but I don't really like to talk politics on here. 2025 overall is just a nice number, you know. It's like a quarter of 100, and I like that. It's dividable by 5, so I like the number 25, and I just feel like it's going to be a good year. Also, of course, very excited about growing and expanding my ceramic community that I talked about in the beginning of this video. But what I'm also really looking forward to, I'm going on a vacation which is scheduled next year to France together with my boyfriend and 2 friends of us. And yeah, I don't think I've ever really gone on a vacation. I've gone on one vacation with friends for a few days, I think, but never really for a whole week. So yeah, we have a little house booked next to the sea, and I'm really looking forward to that. I don't have much planned yet, but I'm going to work on my vision board upcoming week. I always do that in between Christmas and New Year's, and I'm going to think of some plans that I want to do or things that I want to achieve. But overall, I think it's going to be a good year. Well, I always think that, so we'll see what happens. Next question. The same person also asks, how are you doing? I think that's a very nice question to ask. It's always good to ask people how they're doing every now and then, I think. So definitely check up on your loved ones and just genuinely ask how they're doing. I'm genuinely doing really good. Yeah, I don't think I've ever said in a video that I'm not doing good, because most of the time when I'm not doing good, I'm not recording. So my life is not perfect and I'm not always doing good. But right now it's actually going very, very steady, very good. Yeah, I'm on a roll, if that's how you say it in English. I don't know. Really looking forward to Christmas and New Year's as well. And I think, yeah, it's going to be very fun. So yeah, how am I doing? I'm doing good. Thank you for asking. I hope you're also doing good. Next question. Favorite ceramic projects? I would have to say my entire birthday high tea set that I made. I made a full video series. If you haven't watched it, feel free to watch it. I have a full playlist on my YouTube channel here showing you everything that I made for my high tea birthday party that I hosted. So there were like little plates with little matching mugs, and I made bigger cake stands and sugar jars, and what else did I make? Like a bigger plate and some bowls as well. Yeah, that was a very big and fun project. And now that I'm talking about that entire set, I'm also thinking about making an entire set to take with me when I'm going to live on my own, because I just want only handmade ceramics in my house. And for that I will have to make a lot. So maybe that's something that I will do this year. That would be nice, because I probably don't have time for that when I actually have moved out. What was the best thing that happened to you this year? This year, let me think. This year has gone by so fast. Like I feel like April was 2 months ago. Maybe that's because I've been just working so much on one project and then time just goes faster or something. I don't know, but it went very fast. But if I would have to pick one highlight, I would pick going to Paris together with my boyfriend for 6 days, which is actually last week. When I'm recording this, it was last week. So yes, we peaked late in this year, but the rest of the year was also great. It was amazing. I had high expectations, but it was even better than I expected. And we went to so many things. Now looking back at it, I went to all of the pictures and everything. I don't know how we did it. We sometimes went to 3 musea in one day. Amazing. We went to the Louvre, like so big. I don't know if you've been, but the Louvre is so big. We walked there for hours and we still haven't seen everything. And there was this one room that I think was the highlight of the entire trip to Paris. So the highlight of the highlights. The room with a lot of white statues, all very old and everything. And the roof was glass and it was just so cool. It was the first place where we went because I had seen it online and I just wanted to see it. And everyone in the Louvre just runs to the Mona Lisa, which we also took a look at, but because we were quite early in the morning, not that early, but we were in the morning, and there was no one else there, and it was amazing. Another highlight is that we were standing on top of the Arc de Triomphe, like the bow, the famous bow. You can stand on top of that, and then from there we could see the Eiffel Tower, which was really cool. And we were there at night, and it was dark, and then it has lights, and every hour, like when it's a full hour, it just flickers, has like flickering lights, and it was really cute, really romantic. So I would say that Paris is a highlight of the year. Yeah, most definitely. I'm never going to forget this trip. It was really great. Okay, a deeper question. What is something your younger self would be proud of looking at you? Okay, that's a very deep question, I would say. I think I would be most proud of me becoming more and more myself, because that has been quite a journey for me, to be honest, because younger me felt like I couldn't be myself. And yes, that can be very hard. I'm being emotional right now because I am doing so good right now, but I have not always been doing good. I've never really said it that disgrace, but I am gay, a homosexual, whatever you would like to call it. I have a boyfriend and I'm very happy with that and I'm proud of that, and there's nothing wrong with it. But at a younger age, that can just be something very difficult. It's difficult to find out who you are, and that some people don't accept that. It's just very, very, very sad. I would say I'm just proud of being myself, and I hope that everyone in the world can just be themselves. And sometimes that's just a journey. When you're younger, you have to find out who you are. But I think I'm on a good road, so I'm proud of myself for that. And I'm sure you will get there too, or if you're already there, I'm very happy for you. One thing that I would like to say to anyone who is struggling with this, maybe you're younger or maybe you're older, I don't know. Just if you're struggling with it, please know that it will get better. And if you're like not accepted at a place where you are right now, that there's always a way out. There are people out there that will just love you for who you are and that will be there for you. And it's okay to be yourself. So love yourself whoever you are and whatever you are, and yeah, just love yourself, be yourself, and most importantly, just accept yourself. And then if people don't accept you, just go over to other people, I would say, and then you will be just fine. Okay, let's go over to a question that's a little bit lighter, and that's going to be the last question, and then I'm going to wish you a very Merry Christmas. Are there any crafts that you would like to learn besides ceramics? So ceramics is of course the craft that I like the most because I turn it into my work and I do it every day almost. And there are a lot of other crafts that I want to learn and to experiment with. I have painted in the past. Still every now and then I just paint something. I like drawing. I have tried to get into sewing. I did a few sewing projects, but I really want to do it more, but I never really get around doing so. So I really need to find more time for hobbies. But it's kind of a struggle because ceramics is my hobby, but it's also my work, and I think it's good to have a hobby next to your work, even though your work is a hobby, if that makes sense. It's just nice to have something that I don't have to post about, or that I don't feel like I have to turn into a career or something. So I always think it's nice to have a hobby. Another craft that I really like is knitting or crocheting. I think both of them are really cool. I want to be able to knit a sweater, and I want to be able to crochet like a teddy bear or something. Would be very cool. My mom once learned me how to knit, but I've never really learned how to really make something. Another big thing that I've never talked about is that I would love to turn wood as well, because I like circular things, I like flowing shapes, I like throwing on the wheel. So maybe I'll also like turning wood. But I feel like it's just so messy that I don't want to do it in a studio like this, but I kind of want to have like a shed and then just wood being everywhere and just flying everywhere and just being a mess, and then I think that would be really cool. And I can maybe also like combine that together with ceramics. So maybe I can like throw a pot on the wheel and then maybe make like a wooden lid by throwing that myself as well. I think that would be really cool. But it's probably not something that I will get myself into anytime soon. But I mean, I'm young, I still have time. Maybe I'm going to do that when I'm like 40 or 50. Or yeah, that sounds nice. Maybe then I will start working more with wood. Okay, this video, overall, what have we learned? I have launched my Call Ceramics community, so definitely check that out. If you want to just take a look at the website, feel free. You don't have to subscribe if you don't want to, only do it if you want to, and if you really want to learn ceramics, of course. But feel free to just take a look around at the website. That would also help me to get like rates higher in Google and all of that. So definitely just check it out. The link below, as I said. And I hope I answered most of your questions. There were a few more questions, but otherwise I'm just going to keep talking for hours, and nobody wants that. And yeah, now I will wish you a very Merry Christmas. I hope you have a fun time, alone or with friends or with family or with whomever you like to spend your Christmas with. And yeah, I just hope you have the best time and you have a nice ending of 2024. I think it was a nice year, and I really hope you had a nice year as well. Definitely let me know in the comments everything you'd like to tell me about your year. Maybe tell me your highlights. I would be very interested in hearing that. So feel free to chat in the comments. And then after Christmas, I wish you a Happy New Year. I hope you have a nice New Year's Eve and a nice first day of 2025. And then I will come back to you in January of 2025 with a new video. I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet, but I think I'm going to work on my content calendar. At the same time, I'm going to work on my vision board between Christmas and New Year's. But yeah, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and thank you very much for watching and sitting this entire video through. I hope you have an amazing day, an amazing year, and an amazing life, and I hope to see you in more videos in the future. So thank you very much, and bye bye.